everyone. Good evening. Welcome back. I am I am so excited to be back in Final Fantasy XIV tonight. I have been having a blast with some other games, but as I have mentioned a few times in past streams, I don't get a whole ton of time to be able to play Final Fantasy XIV. So I'm really excited to be back and streaming for all of you. So tonight is one of the nights that I am going to be streaming with my main character, and she is level 100 and she is in Dawn Trail content. So I know a lot of my followers on TikTok especially follow me for more of my Sprout tips and advice content. So I do want to give a warning. There are potentially going to be spoilers happening. That's just going to be how tonight is, because I am going to be working on some 7.4 content, because I haven't done the MSQ yet. I haven't unlocked the new raid tier or anything like that. Before I get started though, I need just a second though, because I noticed that I completely, as I was getting everything set up, I got everything except for my water, and there's no way I'm going to survive the next 2 hours without any water. So I will be right back. Oh my gosh, I just realized I was talking that whole time, and my microphone was muted. Oh, goodness gracious. Today is just going to be one of those days, apparently. Come on, VTuber model. You can move around. How are you doing tonight? Welcome back. I actually think I am going to unlock the new raid tier, is what I think I'm going to go with, because I feel like with how out of it my brain has been today, I feel like trying to do MSQ might end up being a little slow for me. And if not a little slow, then a little, like, MSQ sometimes has a tendency to be a little emotional. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if I can handle emotional today. I kind of just want to go into a ring and show these NPCs who's actually the queen around here. Like, even though I'm totally going to do it as a sage and not do it as a viper, yeah, raid tier. All right, during the cruiserweight campaign, we managed to convince several fighters to retire from the ring, not least of all Rastara, who is already afflicted with psychoneurosis. I am very far behind as far as the alliance raids go. I haven't even unlocked those, and I should, but I also am like, you know what? I don't want to babysit all those people. I need my model too. Let me try closing out of a couple more things here. I don't need Steam open. Or at least not directly. Okay, there was one that couldn't be persuaded, though. The Brute Bomber. Oh, okay. No convincing that guy. I myself developed symptoms of psychoneurosis after Eutrip ambushed us. I got a little carried away using a feral soul to stop her. There was a glimmer of hope when Neone discovered the existence of a cure, but it was dashed when the president took her and Etrop hostage. He wouldn't allow us to deviate from his script. But in an unexpected turn, the president himself was aware of the cure, the drop of life. He said he'd divulge its location if you could become the grand champion. Well, of course I become the grand champion. I am a freaking badass. How'd he learn all of this? Well, or where does he get this information? I've never met the man, so he's a complete mystery to me. That's why I wanted to gather everyone in order to form a better picture of who we're dealing with. I'm so glad that they allowed for mixing of gear, because almost my entire sage set is almost all caster gear. Hello, my dears. We let ourselves in through the back. You never know who's watching after all. Hey, what's the occasion? We having a retirement party or something? Sorry, hon, but I haven't met the president in flesh either. He only called me a few times to give me instructions, and it wasn't him, but Meetum, who came to recruit me at one of my performances. While he recruited me and Hector in person, all contact afterwards was via communicator. He'd speak solely about business, never private matters. Same with me, I'm afraid. Dancing Green, on the other hand, is well acquainted with the man. Well, of course we're all gonna look at you, bro. After fashion, the geezer has a love for the theatrical. As a performer myself, we quickly hit it off and often had debates about the best way to engage the audience. While I believe the key is making folks feel good, he insists that they need to feel a measure of discomfort. And that's the job of a heel. Measure of discomfort, really? I, I don't know if that's the key behind a performance. Like I would agree that you want the audience to feel good. Is when the loathsome are laid low that the audience know the highest end and the fires burn brightest, he'd always say. I mean, I guess, like, maybe that's the whole logic behind Xenos. Like, I know some people do prefer to have some sort of level of discomfort, and I know a lot of people really like Xenos and stuff, but I do not like Xenos. He just creeps me out and makes me so uncomfortable. I honestly, this whole expansion, I didn't play the raids enough to necessarily have a favorite. I basically unlocked them and maybe ran them 1 or 2 times after that. It's like, just in general, this expansion, unfortunately, I was just not able to dive in quite as much as I did in Endwalker. Lola, thank you for the follow. Like there definitely are fights that I'm like, I know I would like this, and there's some of them that I'm like, oh, I would love to see that on Savage. But I don't know that I could necessarily say, yes, I really wish we could reject Xenos more. Like, some of that stuff that happened in Endwalker, especially with all the disconnect issues, and almost always it was happening with cutscenes where I had to deal with Xenos and him creeping me the crap out. I was like, oh my god, I hate this so much. I hate this. And I really hated having to indulge him sometimes, and then have to repeatedly. I'm going to be really mad if they find yet another way to bring that guy back. I'm like, no, just let him be gone. There are plenty of other NPCs that if you're going to bring that, or if you're going to bring someone back, bring them back. Just let Xenos be gone. You can bring the voice actor back, just don't bring the character back. That sort of poetic justice has appeal, I'll admit. For proof, you need look no further than the frenetic crowds at the Broof Bombers matches. Whatever else the president may say, he's a damned good showman. Right, the president's personal life. All I know is he traces his ancestry to Lindblom. Lindblom, that's where the stimulant for the regeneration factor was apparently researched. Well, what do you know? Unfortunately, I never got the opportunity to hear more about his past. Last I saw of the old man was 3 years ago. That's unfortunate. Years ago, that would be around when Meetum approached Honey. I wonder if something happened to the president that kept him from appearing in public. But with the limited knowledge we have, we can only speculate. Very good speculation. So, even between all of us, we hardly know anything about the president. Our plan remains Zelda becoming grand champion. Only then will the president share the cure's whereabouts. And if he goes back on his word, we could threaten to reveal the truth about the immortalized to the public. I was about to say, you gotta have some sort of threat to keep him on his word, because I'm feeling that he would definitely go back on that. If all else fails, then we do have that hand. But if we use it, we must first rescue Introp and Niuni. So as to not endanger them, the plan will need to be discreet and foolproof. But I could use everyone's help. Can I help on you all? Hey, Neris, welcome back. How's it going? Yes, it is very cold. It's been single digits here. I know some places have been nothing but negatives and just going to get even worse. And I can't even imagine. I'm offended you thought to ask. Of course you could count on us. We'll save Yana's sisters to give that rotten president a piece of our minds. I got along with the old man well enough, but I have no idea about his shenanigans. Art and entertainment shouldn't come at the cost of those who make it. Ain't that right, sugar? I totally look a little out of place. I totally should have swapped to something a little bit more high-tech looking. Especially all the glamours that have been coming out. They're all high-tech looking. I've surely got plenty of pieces to fit in a little bit better. Thank you all so much. With everyone's cooperation, we'll work to free my sisters while Zelda continues her campaign to become the grand champion. It goes without saying, but I'll continue supporting you as your second. Together, we'll carve a path through the heavyweight division. It seems we all have our tasks. The rest of us will begin exploring ways to rescue the girls at once. I'm really excited to hear the scores for these. I've heard really good things about the scores. So there's about to be an Archeon broadcast. Arcadion. One of these days, I will learn how to properly speak. It's not like the primary focus as far as like me goes is my voice and properly pronouncing things. It's a regular program intended for fans, so it might not be much help with your preparation, but it couldn't hurt to give it a watch. Fans of the fight and connoisseurs of combat, I bid you welcome to another edition of the Arcadian Hour. For today's special guest, we have the heavyweight fighter who shall soon face the unenhanced upstart Zelda in the ring. Oh, I've seen so much on Twitch for this one, and I am looking forward to this fight. Devilishly Divine Dominatrix Vamp Fatale. As indicated by her appellation, Zelda has climbed her way up the ranks without the use of a feral soul. Appellation. Should this upstart rise to become grand champion, they would be able to do as they please with the Arcadian Soul Repository. It seems they intend to release all the souls. This would fundamentally alter the Arcadian, leaving it a championship of unenhanced fighters. What are your thoughts on this? Don't make me laugh. The upstart would only bore us to death. Bitch, please. Have you not seen me fight? Our fans crave spectacular battles that will blow them away, and you simply can't get that without feral souls. So saith the lady. Well, what do you, the people, actually think? We hit the streets to find out. Fight without feral souls? What would even be the point? This is the Arcadian we're talking about. If I can't watch a muscular woman imbued with a beast's soul squeeze the life out of her enemies, then she's just, like she's making juice, I'm not interested. Okay. The unenhanced warrior. Just a novelty, I reckon. There to drum up excitement for the championship. It was entertaining at first, I'll admit. But the act has gotten old and everyone's had enough of it. I know I have. Frankly, I despise the upstart. She forced the Howling Blade to retire without outrageous wager for one thing. Wow. Okay. We don't need some outsider barging in and running roughshod over our traditions. Leave the Arcadian alone, you hear me? Leave the Arcadian alone. See, no one wants her pathetic excuse for entertainment. Huh? That's odd. There should have been some interviewees who supported Zelda as well. Or perhaps not. You're next, darling. You've been an... I don't feel like I can read that. And I'm gonna... I can't read that one either. Damn them, they clearly only showed the interviews that serve the president's agenda. Yeah, that's okay. I'm cocky enough as it is. I don't need them to like me. I'm sorry that you had to see that, Zelda. But you have plenty of supporters out there, and that's the honest truth. Forgive our sudden intrusion, but after the broadcast just now, we simply couldn't sit still. You're my hero, miss. I'll keep cheering you on, so please don't give up. That was unexpected. That's nice. There are many of us who feel the same. We believe in you, and we wanted you to know that. I get nervous whenever I watch you fight, but at the same time I'm inspired, given courage. I don't get that from the fighters who use feral souls. That's right, and don't forget, souls weren't even used in Arcadian in the beginning. I bet the other fighters could also put on a thrilling show without enhancing themselves. Yeah, probably. Battles with feral souls are a spectacle. There's no denying that. But by the same token, it feels artificial. Your fights, on the other hand, are as real as it gets, and it fires me up like nothing else. So keep your head held high and keep fighting the good fight in the heavyweight division. What else has he got to say? Please let me join your gym. I want to become a fighter just like Zelda. Aw, that's so sweet. Well, now, we'd be glad to have such an enthusiastic trainee. I must warn you, though, that the training isn't easy. Why don't you come back with your parents for a tour first? Hello, my little kitty aggro behind my monitor. The darkness thinks she is sneaky behind those monitors, keeping to the shadows. See, you have quite the following. Honestly, I thought she was just trying to toot my horn a little bit there by like, oh yeah, you totally have some fans. I'm telling the truth. Like, yeah, I don't quite believe you, but sure. Even if there aren't any more feral souls, it doesn't spell the end of the Arcadian. Many people admire and support you, and it's for them as well that you fight. Once I am cured, I'd love to come out of retirement and fight unenhanced myself, and I believe the others feel the same. Is that so? All right, we'll be there. This is it, Zelda. The heavyweight matches are beginning. Meetums asks us to meet him at the green room as usual. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. I want to go fight people. All right, I'm going to run down here to the green room. But I am going to go into the Be Right Back screen again for just a moment. I am going to see if anything else is potentially running in my background that I could possibly close out. I'm running the wrong way. Because I noticed that, my model's cutting in and out on my screen. So I'm not sure if that is affecting stream at all. And I want to make sure that the highest quality, I've closed out as much as I can on the front end. I want to double check the back end and see if there's anything else I could potentially close out to help make sure that this is getting pushed out as best as humanly possible so that, visually we can enjoy these fights. All right, everybody. So sorry about that. Hopefully that helps things. It's really weird. Everything might be working fine. It might just be looking laggy on my end. Because I wanted to make sure that like my CPU was handling things okay. Um, which it, like my CPU was claiming it was doing fine. My RAM claimed it was doing fine. Okay, it is laggy. That is just really, really weird because my CPU and everything claims to be working fine. And when I click on VTube Studio, it seems to be working fine. But then the second, I need to double check my VTuber settings. Make sure that it's not dropping my frames when it is in the background. Oops, I don't want to zoom in on the model. A second. Play. Okay, VTuber. Play. Set GPU priority. All of those settings seem to be okay. All microphone settings. Model settings. Let's see. System configuration here. Try limiting resources that's taking. There we go. Thank you for the follow, Giuliano. Okay, that seems to be working much better, limiting my gains frames per second. Does that seem to be showing up at least better now? We'll keep moving my model around just to be 100% sure. Okay, awesome. Yeah, because I was like, she was all clippy and then like kept cutting out randomly. I was like, this is... And it was only doing it when I was focused on the game and had... I was not focused on the tab that had the VTuber model. Thank you for confirming for me, Neris. Okay, so me, Tim, you apologized here about there being so much negativity. It's like it was the president's order, so it was all I could do to drop a hint that there were other opinions. The vast retirement in the cruiserweight division has left the president feeling threatened. Whatever he may have said before, he's eager to rid of you. On that matter, it's no use trying to convince the heavyweight fighters to quit. They've all been informed about their psychonecrosis and choose to continue fighting of their own volition. Okay. That's because they've been told that if they could defeat you, they would be able to use your soul to cure their affliction. Wow, okay. That bastard is low tricks. Victory is your only way through this, so whatever anger you have, I suggest you channel it into the ring, as you did before. I have no doubts that you will make your mark in the heavyweight division as well. Let's see. I just always end up with picking critical hit because I always need to meld critical hit, and I just go through so much materia when I try to meld anything extra. Like, I'm still not pentamelding at the moment, but I still like to hoard onto previous expansion materia. That way, it kind of helps me with preparing for the next expansion. That way, hopefully, if I do pentameld at the start of the next tier, I just use old materia because the stats are not that much lower. Like I'll burn through whatever I have of current materia first, and then when I inevitably run out, I just use the previous expansion, whatever I have hoarded up, and it tends to get me through it. Yeah, it's 7% on those armor pieces, and then the 5% on the accessories. It's just, like, I already have a hard enough time when it just drops a little bit. That's true. Like, there being a soul disease, like, Stola is just the person to talk to about that type of stuff. Like, you would think we would talk to her about it, and yet we don't, because we're like, nah, we know everything. We're like Estidian when it comes to money. Estidian thinks he knows how to spend money, but he doesn't. He doesn't know how to spend his money. Like, no, he should have been talking to Taru, who would tell him exactly how to spend his money. Yes, they see him coming from a mile away, and they're like, hey, bud, you want to come buy some of my wares and pay 5,000%, right? Like, that's totally a fair bargain. Oh, actually, a deal for you? We'll just upmarket 4,000% because, you're our buddy. Like, you're a freaking flyer here. Yes. Okay, so our job is to become the grand champion while the others are rescuing Yana's sisters. Okay. If we could get the drop of life's whereabouts from the president in the end, we'll be able to save everyone. Well, stream elements there lagged just a little bit, huh? But again, thank you for the follow there, Giuliano. I saw that stream elements finally put the notification on the stream screen there. Right then, let's take a look at your first heavyweight opponent. The one where I couldn't read like half of her dialogue. That is a good point as far as Stola being able to see the light that Aether, or the Aether that is in people with her affliction and everything, whereas Reen can actually see the state of your soul. And it would have been nice to been able to consult Rain. And I think some of it, like you could consult her and some of the others on the first, like just verbally. But yeah, like really sucks that you don't have quite the masters here on the source, you know, like Vamp Fatale, who you had the displeasure of seeing on the broadcast earlier. Oh, I am liking this score. She's a fiendish fighter who harnesses the soul of the Desmond, a giant bat whose powers allow her to suck the life out of her opponents. How many vampires are we going to have to fight in this game? Her biggest claim to infamy, though, is the fact that she is a sadist. Inflicting pain brings her pleasure, and her ring is filled with apparatuses for the purpose. Mind your surroundings out there, or you will become her plaything. Yeah. I'm like, oh my gosh, how, no wonder this is coming up on my TikTok feed so much. Remember, you have plenty of fans who believe in you, so believe in yourself and show them the strength of the unenhanced warrior. Now get out there, give Vamp Fatale what for, and claim your first heavyweight victory. I mean, I see why. Like, when they're saying stuff like that, I'm like, oh my gosh, no wonder. It makes sense. Okay, there's heavyweight. Awesome. I'm just gonna queue for it. Just out of curiosity, just to see how a solo healer queue is gonna be for these. Like, I know it. Fortunately, this is relevant stuff still, so hopefully the queue isn't too terribly bad. And I can at least, like, run over to some of the markets and stuff over here. Make sure I've got all the things that I need. I would consider doing some MSQ, but I feel like my attention span might not be able to handle going back and forth between the MSQ and doing the raid tier right now. Like, I feel like that is just screaming for me to get off topic, all like just so constantly if I were to do that. And I've gotten so rusty as far as what is even going on in MSQ, to be completely honest. Oh. Some of the outfits that are wearing. Let's see. You sure? Still only selling the... Yeah, I've already got that car. I don't need that. Charm repaired up. Yes, everything is repaired. I'm curious. I want to see what some of these weapons... Oh, never mind. There's that Q. We're going to see how epically I fail at all of this. I'm just a little rusty.
He'll make your pulse race while freezing your blood. The voluptuous femme fatale!
Well, her outfit's pretty badass.
Will you cry out in pleasure or pain?
Feast your eyes on the lovely and... Will the challenger fall prey to the cruel mistress?
Well, it's somewhat promising that I actually did the first mechanic, right?
This is my show. I will hear you scream.
A wicked weapon. Femme fatale, poised to execute a fatality.
You will become a stain.
I was trying to get out that Reaper's way. Because I was like, shit, they need some melee green. And I just walked right off. No, man.
The challenger has nowhere left to run!
Well, that was fun.
Will you cry out in pleasure or pain?
Feast your eyes on the lovely and lethal Femme Fatale! Will the challenger fall prey to the cruel mistress?
Come, my pets.
Oh, that was rumpin'. Gonna do my AoE heal.
This is my show.
I meant to hit
will
shift
hear
and not
you
control.
scream.
A wicked weapon. Femme Fatale, poised to execute a fatality.
I will not walk off the edge. I will not
You
walk
will
off
become
the
a
edge.
stain on this.
I always get nervous with these because I'm like, please let there actually be people who stack with me.
Oh, not fast enough, I'm afraid.
hitting the wrong buttons. I do not need to be using AoEs. Oh, where the hell is my dot? Oh my god.
This is just the beginning. My faithful minions, give me your ether!
I'm just going to assume that's going to need a big shield.
It's begun! She's draining the audience of their ether.
All of you will feed me.
Time returns to unleash the ether. The challenger's in her realm now.
I don't know what this is going to end up doing. I don't know if it's going to drop puddles. I'm just going to get away from absolutely everybody that I can.
Under down. Can they recover from that? What fighting spirit!
You are a stubborn one, but it is not too late to beg for mercy.
This spectacle of slaughter resumes! How will the challenger adapt? It's a veritable rain of death!
Definitely an interesting fight.
Who knew they'd been felled with a vengeance?
Whoopsie. Maybe the other healer guy should have been making sure we stayed alive.
Such insolence I have never known. More. I need more ether. Will you cry out in pleasure or pain?
Feast your eyes on the lovely and lethal FFXIV! Will the challenger fall prey to the cruel mistress?
I realized way too late on that last pull that I was almost dead. It was pretty much I was dead. I'm like, oh, well, shit.
This is my show. I will
My brain has
hear
just
you
forgotten
scream.
where, like, some of my individual shield buttons are.
A wicked weapon.
That's not what you want on a
Poised to
stage.
execute a fatality.
Shit, stop following me!
You will become a stain on this.
I'm really behind on my lucid dreaming. I usually try to remember to ensure that I use it when I get below 8,000 MP. I let myself dip down to 4,000. That was
This is just the beginning.
not a great idea.
My faithful minions, give me your ether!
It's begun! She's draining the audience of their ether.
All of you will feed me.
That Mattel's unleashed the ether! The challenger's in her realm now.
I'm surprised it didn't claim I got clipped by that. Those are wider than what they are.
You are a stubborn one, but it is not too late to beg for mercy.
The spectacle of slaughter resumes. How will the challenger adapt? It's a veritable rain of death! Under and down! Can they recover from this? And they're back in action! Can they turn the tide?
I'm gonna probably go a little overboard with the shields there, but I didn't want people dying.
Such insolence I have
I was
never
like,
known.
I would like for us to get through
I
this
need
time.
more ether!
She's draining the crowd's ether again! I hope our dear spectators are feeling alright.
Side. Oh, I wasn't looking at where she herself was positioned. I was going based upon the center of the room.
In pain lies pleasure.
She's unleashed even more ether! How will this end?
I was very positioned in the spot. Ooh, again, didn't claim I was being clipped by that. Wrong person. Super shields for everybody. Why not?
On your knees, damn you!
My goodness, I feel like this is taking a long time. That was kind of a weak spread, but after everything else, I'm kind of okay with that being a weak spread. I think that fight would be, especially with all of those positions that were coming up, like even on normal mode, I felt like there was a few technical things. I kind of wonder how many mechanics this fight would have. That it's like, if you do not have 8 people up, you are royally screwed. And not only that, but all 8 of those people needed to be in extremely precise positions.
It's all over.
Let's see. I don't necessarily care about any of this gear. I already have crafted gear, already made a whole bunch of stuff. Okay, who has the best picture? Pictomancer, you are sipping tea, but also oh my gosh, I have to go with the Reaper there. That's that's zoomed in photo. had to go with it. I had to. That was a pretty good photo. Okay, I got some loot despite the greed. Woohoo, I got 1 commendation from that. I do feel like that performance that I did, yeah, I didn't deserve much. That was pretty bad on my part. It was like, we felt bad for you, healer. We'll give you that commendation. There it is. First heavyweight victory, never doubted you. And I'm sure you've heard of them, but the audience was going absolutely wild. Well, yeah, this was me we're talking about. And me epically failing of walking right off the stage there, you know, like, Who wouldn't wildly cheer for that? Now then, there's a bit of time before your next bout. That's because your opponent originally would have been none other than Wicked Thunder Trope. For reasons we all too well, they have to call up a replacement, and who that is hasn't been decided yet. Interesting. So let's head back to the gym for now. With some luck, Retsara has made some progress on the rescue. Did I? Oops, I didn't want to view search info. I want to make sure I flag myself on busy mode. Because I know my free company is doing some events and stuff right now. But I want to make sure I keep streaming separate from them, because I haven't necessarily talked to them about potentially being a part of some of the streams or anything like that. So I want to make sure I respect their privacy, and so like with their event that they have starting at the moment, I want to make sure I flag that I am busy, so that way they don't ask me to join and then me feel bad that I'm telling them that I can't join, and like I feel like that will become a conversation in the middle of everything here. I will totally, like, so long as they're okay with it, probably have them popping up in the stream every now and then. But for now, I also know that they are doing Dawn Trail Extremes right now, which I have not done yet. But they seem to be having really, really good success with it, and that's always really exciting. And knowing that they're all getting their mounts, like I'm so thrilled and excited to see that so many people are getting mounts. What's wrong? Your gym, they wrecked it. This is why we can't have nice things, guys. What? Who? What? What? Honey, I feel like it's kind of obvious who did it and why they did it. They don't like what we're doing. Hey there, kitty cat. We've made ourselves at home while you were out. Well, aren't you bold, sir? I would say they made themselves at home. They look like they're about ready to go to the beach right now. Aside from the fact that they're wearing shoes. You're the ones who did this? And a bun boy. Like, how dare you, sir? I am offended. I am very upset about this. We heard this was the unenhanced cook's haunt, so we decided to drop by and say hello. Ah, meet him. Ever the Lalafell, always has to be so ambitious. But I gotta say, I do like seeing them in the angle of a reporter instead of being like, hey, we want all of everyone's money, no matter what it takes. Even if it means framing this amazing hero for murder and things like that, you know? What have we here? It's a dynamic duo who have taken tag team matches by storm. The Extremes. Could they be Zelda's next opponents? Shocker! The unenhanced warrior is a single specialist, though, so I expect she'll be pitted against only one of them. Which brother will it be that takes the ring? The older, cool, and collected deep blue, or the younger, fierce, and fiery hot red? Or red hot? It'll be both of us, naturally. We don't work any other way. Don't worry, though. We'll tag in and out, so it's a fair fight. Ah, of course. I mean, at least they're tagging in and out. I would have been really annoyed if it was a duo fight, if I were still playing melee, because I just don't like doing that kind of stuff, playing melee. I would prefer to have my single target and bash in on that single target. I really don't like having to swap back and forth between AoE and single target and all that stuff. I just want to be focused and honed in on my single target. So at least the swapping in and out is fine. I always gotta do something weird with the second fight. I feel like that's always the fight that if they're going to do something weird, it's going to be that fight. You're cool with that, right? Well, I gotta be the shit talker. Come at me together if you'd like. I mean, you want to come in here starting shit? I'm gonna talk smack back. Big words, big shot, but we wouldn't break the rules, right, bro? We wouldn't. But don't we always? I do like that. He's like, wait. Like, don't we always break the rules? Like why are we acting like we don't? He just doesn't understand the conversations happening at the moment. No, he wouldn't. Oh, was that meant to be a secret? Not another word out of you. The woes of having a sibling that's just not following along with the conversation. You've had a good ride so far, Cook, but we couldn't go so smooth for you on our surf. You're gonna wipe out hard. And I like that his hair was blue and covering his face, like he was trying to be all mysterious and stuff. Maybe he's part of the Saja boys and we just don't know about it. And there you have it, your next opponents. Please see to your preparations and come to the green room. And I'm sorry for this awful mess. There's nothing I could do to prevent it. Well, yeah, you're just the announcer and reporter. Like, I know you're trying, man. Oh, is he about to have a meltdown? This is a good time for a tour, I'm afraid. Wouldn't you mind coming back after I sorted things out? I mean, the dad there kind of seemed a little upset about that, but it's like, it's not like she could control it. That's not her fault. Those bastards did a real number. Wait, where are the kittens? They're safe, thankfully. They sensed the danger and fled upstairs. I actually arrived earlier and witnessed them in the act. I was furious and wanted to stop them, but I feared it would draw the president's attention. Forgive me. I have news. We found a promising lead on Nauni and Entrope's whereabouts. Truly? Well, that's good news in light of everything here. One of Honey's devoted fans is an employee of the Ascension Arcadia, and he divulged the details of the security at the company complex. Thanks to him, we now know that right after your sisters were kidnapped, they curiously doubled the watch in a certain area. According to Green, it's a plushy reception hall used to entertain important guests. In all likelihood, that's where the girls are being held. Hey, Lethal, welcome! How's it going? Yeah, it's a good thing it's the weekend. It sucks that it's going to be cold for so many people. And get so much snow in some places. I feel really bad for the people that are getting all that ice. Like, ice is the worst. While security is tight, we have a plan to create an opening and mount a rescue. Sugar will use her magics to cause a commotion, while I exploit the which I'll exploit to sneak inside. That's quite a daring strategy, but I have my faith that you can pull it off. Yeah, and like knowing that it's like it's not just going to be cold, but then there's that ice, and the ice is going to cause so much weight on all the power lines and stuff. Like, I really hope not too many people lose power. People need to stay warm. These are just this is just not the time for this kind of weather happening. We will carry out the mission during your next match. If you do what you do best and put on a good show, the attention you draw to the ring would only aid our cause. So you'll be pitted against the extremes next. It reminds me of my own time fighting as a tag team with Hector when we were still no-name newcomers. What? Why have I never heard of this? He has some fabulous nails, and I am very jealous of it. Our signature move was the ultimate mega bomb kick. Hector would encase me in flames and send me flying at our opponents. Not only did it look impressive, it had some kick to it as well. Pardon the pun. Alas, we hardly drew any spectators, so management disbanded our team. We were still trying to find our place back then. But getting back to the present, like all tag teams, the Extremes will unleash powerful coordinated attacks. Take care when you face them. Well, I would expect nothing less. And if they don't both end up in the arena at some point or another, I would be truly shocked. Well, I suppose we'd better head to the green room. The mess can wait for now. Well, yeah, we need to go beat some more people up. Particularly the boys that caused this huge mess. Like, we need to show them who's boss first. And then after we show them who's boss, we can make them clean up the mess. That's typically how this is supposed to go down. Hello, Arcadian attendant. I am here to hopefully not run off the edge this time. No promises, though. It was just my old melee, like, my instincts, because I usually play, like, I love playing melee, and I played melee primarily in Savage last year, and I'm just so used to trying to stay in melee range. And it was so hard for me to remember, oh, hey, you're a healer. You don't stay in melee range. You run away. You need to be further out. Save that melee range for the tanks and the melee DPS because they need it. That was bad on my part, which was why I ran off. Like, I got so distracted, and then I was like, oh shit, that Reaper needs to be in melee range because they're a Reaper, and I am not. Right, let's take a closer look at your opponents. Red Hot and Deep Blue, who formed the popular tag team, The Extremes. Oh, okay. They're originally professional surfers who rose to fame with their feats at Solution 9's artificial wave pool. Wow, I wouldn't have ever guessed that they were surfers. With them in their beach outfits. The brothers harness the souls of storm divers, great lizards capable of manipulating the elements to perform dangerous techniques. As you could probably guess, Deep Blue commands water, while Red Hot wields flames. I say brothers, but they're obviously not related by blood. It's just part of their gimmick. Having said that, they do make a fearsome team. To echo Red Sara, you need to be ready for their coordinated attacks. Once you've dealt with them, you'll be just one bout away from becoming Grand Champion. So get out there and give those gym wreckers what for. We'll see who's the one who wipes out. I mean, if we were talking about actual surfing, I can't balance very well just with walking. I would not do well as a surfer. Like, I don't even need to try surfing to know that would be absolutely horrible. That would go absolutely horribly. Yeah, I can't even imagine how hard it is to balance on a surfboard. Like I had to, I guess I kind of had to do it somewhat. Like, I had to practice a little bit when I did lifeguarding classes, and we had, like, it was like a big long foam board that was supposed to be kind of like an emulation surfboard. In the event that any of us were lifeguards at beaches and stuff, we still had to have that training, even though I live nowhere near a beach. But I was like, the balancing on this is surely actually easier than it is on an actual surfboard, because it was a very, very thick piece of foam. And like nothing on it was rounded. It didn't have the fins or anything like that. But it also allowed us to better practice, like properly pulling people onto the board for rescue and things like that. But that I was not very good at that, balancing on that thing either. And that was in a pool that I was doing that. Like, I didn't even have a current or waves I was dealing with either. So I'm like, yeah, this would have been so much harder if it was in the ocean with an actual surfboard. I was like, you know what? I'll pick up a side quest just to have something to click through and everything as I'm waiting on the queue here. But healer privilege. Fortunately, it's not often I get to complain about queue time when playing as healer or when I'm queuing with others, because typically I have at least a tank to queue with. And usually the queue goes really fast. I say usually because I know I have complained about queue times before. I feel like... I mostly know about queue time just because I am a DPS main. I leveled so many DPS and dealt with so much queuing. Well, they look sick. And I feel like this score really is fitting for the beach vibes. Oh, tombstones of mathematics. Okay.
Of extreme proportions.
Oh, hey, I don't have a shield healer for my co-healer. That's always nice. I was also a little anxious last time because I was like, the first fight I had another scholar with me, and I'm like, oh, double shields. I feel like that's rough. Of course, this fight is the one that has AoEs getting dropped. Weep. Getting away from the tank.
The flames are spreading. At this rate, the challenger will be trapped.
You guys saw it this time. The Reaper was chasing me. I was trying to get away.
Hey, save some fun for me.
Deep Blue's lost his cool. He's tagging in.
If there ain't a wave to ride, just make one yourself.
The gods, what an enormous wave!
I have a feeling that one in Savage probably sends you clear across the map. Oh, I see the wave now. Okay. In the future, yes, I would be open to it. I will say that if, like when I talk to my FC, if some of them are finding that they really want to party with me, of course they both do.
They don't fight along here.
I will probably give them some priority just because I have been gaming with them for a really long time. But I would absolutely love to include people in my stream in the party.
It seems the referee is allowing it. It's double trouble for the challenger.
We're just getting started.
I'm just going to assume that needs to be soaked by at least one person.
Hey, check out this smooth teamwork.
The brothers have triggered a fusion explosion! Truly, they're deadly.
I'm not 100% sure where I'm supposed to place that. I'm kind of just following what my party's doing and where they're kind of signaling I should place it.
I've been saving this trick just for you.
Okay. I was like, I'm wondering if I have some sort of... of course I'm getting attacked by Deep Blue. Okay. I was like, I'm wondering if I'm gonna have some sort of debuff that says I can only attack one or the other of them. Just based upon how some fights have been in the past.
Bet you've never seen anything this gnarly.
Impressive footwork on display today.
I ride the inferno.
It's all back here.
You're going down.
Ah, there I got the red mage, so I guess I wasted that.
If there ain't a wave to ride, just make one yourself.
I didn't feel like sliding, so I was like, I'm just gonna sheer cast that. This one definitely feels a lot faster than the last fight. But also could be because it's just going that much more smoothly.
Someone isn't holding back.
gnarly.
I'm totally gonna eat that. Yep.
I'm not finished with you
There's
yet.
not much of anywhere I can go. I don't want to stand next to a tank.
And they're down. Can they recover from this?
Fortunately, this is almost done because I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna keep eating these apparently. Let's just run to where the party is and target the whole party with these codes. I don't think they did it intentionally, at least. So there's that.
The match is decided. Victory goes to the challenger.
Yeah, guys, that's what's up. Now go clean the gym. Little cocky assholes. Tell me that I'm the one who's cocky. Let's see. I'm
It's
going
all
to.
over. Until next time.
Oh, that's the same Dark Knight from before. And deal with me again. They're getting it. They're getting the calm. They had to deal with me twice in a row. Yes! Survived! Well, I feel like I did better that time, and so I love how calming tends to work. It's like, my luck is I do decent, no comms. I do absolutely amazing, no comms. I spend most of the fight on the floor, all of the comms. So apparently I just need to do so absolutely horribly and completely just get myself killed every single time, and I will get all the comms. Like, I still remember one dungeon I ran, and there was me as a summoner, and a friend of mine was tanking, and there was a black mage and a white mage. I think it was a white mage. Honestly, I can't remember what kind of healer they were because they spent most of the dungeon dead. I'm not even kidding. Like, I went back through the battle log and found that I had raised that healer 50 times. And I really wish that was an exaggeration. As a summoner. So it wasn't even like I was playing my red mage where I had an insta-res every other cast or anything like that. There were so many battles where I was hard casting my reses so many times. And the black mage, I had to hard cast reses 7 times. Fortunately, my friend was playing warrior, so he focused on making sure that he and I stayed healed up, and was like, he's like, the white mage is just going to keep dying and eating all the mechanics, so I'm not going to focus on them. You're the one that's constantly rezzing them, so I'm going to focus on you and keeping you alive, and you just keep picking people up. And we somehow got to the end of that dungeon, and neither one of us got comms, and we're like, are you kidding us? Seriously? It was bad. It was so bad. Like we were like, man, we did so awesome. But then I go into an alliance raid, and I die like at least a handful of times myself, and people are like, guess what? Comms for the person who floor tanked. Because that floor definitely needs some tanking. I'm like, you know what? Comms are comms. I do feel like a lot of people, it is because of the photos, and a lot of times I try to pay attention to the portraits too, but I also know that portraits can be so glitchy. Like you change a piece that you don't even have visible. Like I could change my character's headpiece that I don't even have visible, and it would be like, guess what? Your portrait's broken. And back to the doom. Just the doom stare. And I'm like, no. Did not want that happening. First fatale, now both extremes at once. You're incredible. Well, yeah, they don't call me the Warrior of Light for nothing. I'm both the Warrior of Light and the Warrior of Darkness. Like, I'm so fucking special that I am the light and the dark, you know? I knew you'd beat up those bullies, Zelda. You looked so cool out there. Thank you, kid. I knew I was a badass, and I'm glad you know that I am the badass that I am. Everybody else wants to doubt me. It ain't over till it's over. Ah, great. Sore losers. How will you fare when you have no simulacra at your disposal? Cowards. Like they're pulling Bothries all over again. Just, oh no, they're hot! So yeah, I recognize. Very nice. Hey, who's gonna be this area being? Oh hey! The other one that TikTok seems to be simping over. Honorless curs. You are a blight upon the Arcadian. Be gone from my sights. Oh, he's got the car. He's got the car. It's a tyrant. What's the Grand Champion doing here? Put up your weapon, challenger. A true warrior does not engage her opponent outside the sacred ring. But I'm an adventurer who gets attacked, bro. And, you know, they started shit. It's self-defense at that point. I am the Grand Champion of the Ascension Arcadia Championship. And I know all about you, upstart. You think yourself a babyface who brings change, but not me. You're a heel who would tear down our traditions. Bro, I'm pretty sure we look about the same age. But also, let's add on to the fact that I'm a Vieira. So, like, looks are deceiving, man. Like, did you not pay attention to Final Fantasy XII? In case anybody's wondering, don't ask Fran what her age is. That's right, you're nothing but a villain. But, bro, you were just telling me how awesome I am. If you are resolved to destroy the Arcadian as we know it, is only meet that you understand how it came to be. Listen well. It all began with the president's ancestor. The man was a noble in the kingdom of Lindblom, known for his love and patronage of theatrical arts. When the storm surge came to head, he was forced to flee his homeland. For years, he wandered endless ways until, in desperation, he sought refuge here in an enemy nation. Yada yada yada. To his great surprise, the Alexandrians welcomed him with open arms, and in the sight of them toiling hand in hand to build new lives, he saw a vision, the ancient paradise of myth, Arcadia. He longed to repay the kindness he had received, and at length found the answer in the fighting contest that the people enjoyed in secret as a diversion. Using the riches he had brought with him, he created a new form of entertainment, one that blends thrilling fights and gripping theatrics. Thus was the Arcadian born. Alas, it did not endure in its original iteration. As survival grew more challenging, it became increasingly difficult to host matches. Eventually, they ceased to be held altogether, and the Arcadian was all but forgotten. The years passed, advancements in electro brought stability, and the advent of soul technology a sense of security. For the first time in generations, Alexandrians experienced tedium. Wishing to provide the excitement they craved, the president revived the Arcadian, and he held matches that pitted recreated simulacra against each other. And when people clamored for fiercer fights, he satisfied them by introducing the use of feral souls. This is why we did the Arcadian rise up to become the premier form of entertainment in Alexandria and a pillar of our culture. This is the Arcadian's history, the legacy that lives on in its sacred halls. This is what you seek to destroy. Well, bro, I think if you better understood why I sought to stop it, then, you wouldn't be so uppity about me destroying it. Feral souls are the very soul of we fighters, and we will not allow an outsider to dictate our culture and take them from us. Hear, hear, all hail the tyrant, the one true king of the Arcadian. I'm gonna go with that second one there. Is it really fighting? If you, it's not really a battle if you gotta rely on that. Exactly. More than a spectacle, we want to see a real fight. That's where the excitement lies. You may have garnered attention for fighting unenhanced, but in the end, you are not more than a heel intended to create excitement. It is your fate to fall. As you saw for yourself, the tyrant's a force to be reckoned with, even not for using a feral soul. What's more, as Grand Champion, he has free access to the soul repository and can choose the best soul for each opponent. That makes it hard to offer advice. If only we knew which soul he'd use, we'd have something to work with. Anyway, let's get back to the gym. I'm anxious how the rescue mission went. Alright, let's find out. Ritzar and the others haven't returned yet. I hope they're alright. I have a feeling we're going to have to go rescue them. Because I feel like round now is about when we would have a solo instance. Or not. I could be 100% wrong. There she is. Oh my goodness, the Makotes are just so cute. Nana! Uni, oh thank goodness. I love how expressive the Makotes are too. Like when they have an emotion, you definitely see that emotion. So expressive. I'm sorry, we weren't able to rescue Intrope. We found Uni in the reception hall, but there was no sign of Eutrope, and no time to search for her. The kidnappers removed Eutrope's regulator when they abducted us, and they took her somewhere else. Removed her regulator? Oh no. That's what they do to the immortalized. Come on now, don't lose heart yet. Times like this, you gotta keep grooving. Have some tact, would you? We're talking about their sister. No, he's right. Now isn't the time to be fearing the worst. It's already a blessing that the unit is safe and sound. Still, I doubt the president will sit idly by in response. I worry that he might do something next. You can rest easy on that front. We actually have a collaborator on the inside. Meet him. Well, that's not surprising. He seemed really upset. We approached him without expectation, and we were pleasantly surprised when he agreed to help. He contrived to make it so the president doesn't learn of our foray in a hurry. Furthermore, Meetum has an idea of where Eutrope might be. He promised he would see her safely returned. Meetum did all that? Perhaps I misjudged him. I mean, I feel like my character didn't see the stuff that we saw, so I feel like it's fair for my character to really question it. But yeah, he genuinely looked upset by everything that was happening. I feel uneasy too, to be honest. But right now we don't have any other choice but to trust him. Yeah, that's fair. Oh, right, I have some good news too. While I was locked away in the reception hall, I was able to access the terminal and retrieve some useful information. That is the Tyrant's data. In the upcoming title match, he intends to use the soul of a behemoth. Ooh. Uni, that's amazing! Zydo have a much better chance now thanks to you. I expect the preparations for the match will be finished soon, so let's head to the Arcadian. We can discuss the fight in detail there. It'll be over soon once Eutrope has been freed and you've become Grand Champion. No one will fight with feral souls again, and those afflicted with psychonecrosis can be cured. And as before, we're counting on you, Zelda. We'll all be praying for your triumph. Yay! Heartwarming moment. Let's all feel positive before things go to shit again. There we go. I was like, is my character really not going to give in to the positive vibes here? Is she really that cold? It's a kitty. Hi, kitty. Seems Palm wants to join you. Perhaps she thinks Hector will be at the Arcadian. Kitty. Maybe she wants to cheer Xyled on as well. Let's bring her along, eh? Oh god, is there going to be some sort of mechanic that's going to require us to use the cat? I feel like there's going to be some sort of mechanic that makes us use the cat. Alright, let's make our way over there. I mean, as far as mechanics that they added in Endwalker, at least they made this one less painful. Ugh, I hate. Double hate. And 100% completely loathe the stalking quests, the ones where you gotta follow them and hope that they don't catch you. Like, I hate that shit. You could do it, Zelda. You could beat the tyrant and become the grand champion. When I grow up, I'm going to be a fighter like you, and we can form a tag team together and teach the bad guys a lesson. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the follow quests either, but still so much better than the stalking quests. Especially when servers get unstable and stuff, you know, like when we're having the DDoS attacks and things like that, like being in the middle of a stalking quest and then it crashes, like, oh no, you gotta start 100% completely over. Zelda, I can't believe your heavyweight title match is already happening. Yeah, no it ain't, but okay. I have every faith you'll win and usher in a new era for the Arcadian. Now that we're connected to the outside world, our society has begun to change. It's only natural that the Arcadian changes as well. True. It does need to change. Yeah, it's like there's no way that the president doesn't go back on his word with the whole, oh yeah, you're the grand champion thing. Like, no way. The unstoppable upstart is speaking to me. What an honor it is to be told I lost someone dear to me in the recent attacks. But I was wallowing in grief. I saw you facing your foes entirely unenhanced, and it gave me the courage to carry on. I'm not the only one either. There are many others like me who are inspired by your unfaltering figure in the ring, and to see you become grand champion would be the greatest inspiration of them all. Hearing all the fans really fires you up, doesn't it? They inspire you as much as you inspire them. Come on, let's continue to the green room. Alright, I'm going to get my character over here. That way she is ready to go for next time and everything. On Sunday, we'll come back to Final Fantasy XIV, but we will return with a new character, Sprout. That Sprout has only just begun. She's working on level 5 quests, about to do the quest that's over by Branch Meadows over in the Black Shroud, making sure that her gear is up to snuff before she really becomes a true adventurer, and working on her on her Conjurer quest some more, because we're ready for that level 5 Conjurer quest. So that way she can heal the entire world up with all of her white light and constantly scream blood for the blood lily one of these days. Thank you all so much again for joining. You all are absolutely amazing and fantastic. I am so blessed that you guys are here and and participating in these streams with me. I really enjoy this time with you all, and I hope you all stay warm, stay safe in all the weather that's coming, regardless of whether you're actually in the bad weather or not. Because I'm sure that there are probably, like, even if you're not in the bad weather, you're probably dealing with a bunch of people that would have been in the bad weather who decided that they weren't staying there and were leaving. And if you're in the bad weather, especially if you're in exploding tree area, like, please, 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 please stay safe, stay warm, and I wish you all a wonderful rest of your night, and I hope to see you all on Sunday.